Hey guys, welcome to Arctech. So in this video we'll see about destructors. Now basically while creating the objects we use constructors to assign the values. Now after working with the object, when the object is not of any use, we use destructors to destroy the values so that that memory space is available for another objects to take that value or take that space. Now a destructor will destroy the value or destroy the object after it is used. Now how to create a destructor? It is same as constructor, only you have to use a tilde sign here. See, this is a tilde sign. You will find it on the keyboard in the top left corner. Now suppose we have a class ABC, and to create the destructor of class ABC, you will write the tilde sign first, then you will write the name of the class ABC, and then you will write the two brackets. So this is how a destructor of class ABC will be writing. Okay, then we have a destructor takes no arguments. So whenever you are declaring a destructor, always remember that you will not use any arguments while declaring the destructor. Also it has no type, therefore there is no int, no type, no void, no float. So you'll just write name of the destructor and that's it. Now whenever an object is destroyed, the compiler will automatically call the destructor. There is no need for calling the destructor. The compiler will automatically call the destructor while the object is destroyed. We'll see that in examples. Here is an example. Here is a class sample, and you can see this is a private section because there is no declaration here, so therefore by default it is private. Then we have public section here. So here is a constructor which is sample. So here you can see there is no type here. Also the name is same as the class, therefore it is a constructor. And after that we have a tilde sign here, and this means that this is a destructor because it is having the same name as the class. Also we are having a tilde sign here, therefore this is a destructor. Now in the main we are creating a object which is s1. See here we are writing sample, the name of the class, and then we are writing s1, and then we are giving two arguments. Therefore object s1 will be created, which will be a local object. Now after this we are now see here is a comment here that there is no need to call the destructor. See here automatically s1 is destructed at the end of the block using the destructor this sample. So therefore there is no need to call the destructor at the end of the program. The compiler will automatically destroy the object. Now there is one condition here, that is if you are declaring the destructor inside the private section of the class, then there is one rule here that you can only use the object, or you can only create the object of the class in the friend function or in the member function only. You cannot create the object in the non-member function. Therefore here you can see it is same as in the case of constructors, that if you are defining it inside the private section, then there is this rule. Here is an example. We have a class sample here. This is private section, and in the private section we have sample, that is the destructor here. So here is a tilde sign. This means that this is a destructor. This is a private destructor. Now after this we have a public section, and then we have sample, that is constructor. Then we have a function here, member1 and member2. After this, after the ending of the class, we are defining the objects here. So here a definition for object 1. What this is doing, this is just creating a object of sample. Therefore we have s1 created here. So it is valid because this is member function of this class. Now here you can see this is member function of this class, therefore you can create the object here. This is also valid. Now this it is not declared here anywhere, but this is a friend function of this class. Therefore you can create this, you can create object of this class inside this function. So see, you can see this is valid because ABC is a friend function of the sample class. Now after this, the fourth one, we have main here, and main is a non-member function of this class. Therefore you cannot create object inside this class. Therefore this is invalid because main is non-member function of the class. Now suppose you have not declared any destructor, then the compiler will automatically supply a destructor for you. So a compiler will automatically supply a destructor, and it will call the destructor at the end of the program. So this is called a default destructor, the same way we have seen in the constructors case. Now suppose you are creating two or more than two objects. So now here is example here. So we have sample s1, sample s2 and sample s3 are the objects which are created. Now after this, after ending the program, you can see here that S3 is destructed first, then S2 and then S1. Therefore, if more than one object are destructed, then the destructors are invoked in the reverse order. Okay, so here you can see we are creating S1 first, then S2 and then S3. So while the destruction, S3 will be called first or destructed first, then S2 and then S1. So it is in reverse order. So this was a simple rule here. So that's it. So thanks for watching, and do let me know if you have any queries in the comment section below.